welcome to another edition of the Houn Show. It is Thursday, April 4th, 2024, and this is our fourth episode. That's right, episode number 4. We're excited. We're excited about the show. We're excited that this is episode 4. Now, we did have evidently a significant audio issue last night where we lost power to our soundboard, and basically we didn't know, but the audio had been cut out. So we didn't save that recorded stream from last night because hell, you couldn't hear over half of it. So, but that being said, we learned a valuable lesson, and we think we've solved the problem going forward. So we'll see. A lot of this is just learning as we go, figuring out as we go. We're going to run into some pitfalls. I didn't want to spend months and months, or I guess it could conceivably be forever, and get analysis paralysis trying to test every little nook and cranny, run into every little scenario. Sometimes you just don't know. That's the beautiful thing about going live, right? You got to deal with the you got to deal with the you got to roll with the punches. So a few little mentions should make. We are live right now, and you can call in to the show live right now, right? You can call me, and I will put you on the stream. That way you can, hear us, talk to us, and we can hear you and talk to you. So yeah, give us a call, 762-268-1605. Like I said, it'll take a moment to get you in because there is a call screen where you got to say your name. You don't have to use your real name, but you got to say something, and I've got to play it back. That's just the nature of this phone number that we've got. So just keep in mind that when you do call, it's going to take a little bit to get through, but just know that I will take all the calls that I can. If you'd like to schedule basically schedule an appearance to be on the show, you can email me at dixie.shank@protonmail.com, and we can coordinate a time and date for the show, either live or pre-recorded. So yeah, shoot me an email if you're interested in being on the show, or you want to be a guest on the show. Dixie.shank@protonmail.com. Also, we do stream to Rumble. It used to be Twitter. I almost said it. Well, I did say it, didn't I? X and Rumble. We do the entire show and stream on Rumble. We do drop off of YouTube about 15-20 minutes in. There's certain things that we can't discuss on YouTube, so we figure we just drop the stream at that point people over to where we are on Rumble. We'll also keep the stream up the entire time on X because since Elon's taking it over and it's supposed to be a free speech bastion, I'm not sure it's quite on par with something like Rumble as far as being able to say what you want, but we'll see. We'll leave it up there, at least until my account gets banned. We'll see what happens. Maybe it won't. We will see. Also, I am monitoring the chat, so if you're watching the stream and you want to type in a comment or you want to say something, I am monitoring the chat, and we can't reply, but we can post your chat to the stream. So we can, if you say something, and you got a question or whatever, we can pop it up on the screen for everybody to see and do our best to answer the question, or at least discuss the topic. I don't pretend to have all the answers. I don't know really all the answers. The only one answer, well, there's two answers that I do know, right? Number one, God wins, right? So God's going to win. He has already won. We'll say it that way. And number two, Bitcoin is the best asset that you can own. Period. Really, there's no discussion with that. So those two things: God won. God's already won, and Bitcoin is the best asset you can ever own. And when I say best asset, I mean best asset. And if you need some additional encouragement or enlightenment to that, I encourage you to go look up interviews with Michael Saylor. And you know, there's actually quite a lot of Bitcoin content producers out there. That some, some of them not really are great. Some of them are better than others. But Michael Saylor has a lot of skin in the game. I mean, a tremendous amount of skin in the game as far as Bitcoin goes. And then you can also look at, you know, I mean, I hate to even mention his name, but Larry Fink, the CEO of the guy that runs BlackRock, they've now, what was it, January 11th, they started the SEC had approved spot trading on Bitcoin. So BlackRock is one of the big players that's got an ETF that's a spot Bitcoin ETF. So they're basically buying up Bitcoin and holding it as an asset, and they've created this ETF as an investment path for people to be able to purchase that stock. So if you need any further legitimacy, I mean, it always kills me when I see people that saying Bitcoin's a scam. Bitcoin's a scam. And I'm just like, okay, well, the SEC approved it. I know the SEC isn't the gold standard, but they approve every ETF or company that's trading in the stock market. They are deals and stuff of that nature. So there's a lot of gold that has to go through them. They approve gold if that's what you're measuring, scam versus not scam, right? So I think that the ETFs is a great legitimizing of Bitcoin in a lot of people's minds. People think, it's a Ponzi scheme, it's a scam, it's it's a that, it's a this, it's a whatever. That's a lot of that is from uneducated people that, and I say uneducated, I don't mean educated in the school system or college. I'm talking about education with respect to Bitcoin. You know, if you don't agree, that's fine, but at least spend some time understanding what it is before you have or develop an opinion on the subject. Just saying. I want to also ask everybody to like, follow, and enable notifications on whatever platform you're watching on. I say enable notifications because we're going to be doing a scheduled show on Friday nights around 10 p.m. where we're going to basically delve into a specific topic or subject matter. During the week, though, Friday to Friday, between the Fridays, we're going to basically do kind of a on the fly show or just a pop up stream, type thing, where we basically just hop on, usually somewhere between 9 and 10 p.m. And our the idea being there is it's just kind of freewheeling. We just talk about whatever's news of the day. Maybe have guests, people call in. That's the kind of what we're envisioning there. And maybe later on, once we can devote more manpower or hours to researching multiple subject matters, maybe we'll have enough to do a different show, a couple times a week, focusing on a topic or subject matter. Right now, it's just me. And what I'm doing is essentially running the whole situation. Looks like we have a little bit of a technical issue here. Excuse me for a moment while I kiss the sky. No, I'm just kidding. This is interesting. I've not seen this problem before. What is going on here? All right, I'm going to try something here to restart the stream. It looks like I've lost access to the studio. This is a new one. Like, again, going live is always so very interesting and fun. All right, we're back. That was great. Yeah, so like my whole screen on this side here that's running the studio just blanked out on me, went black. I don't know. Maybe somebody doesn't like what I'm saying. All right. So yeah, so like I said, you can call into the show. We'll take the call on the air. Dial in 762-268-1605. We'll take the call. If, I mean, shit happens, right? So if you call in and I lose you, shit happens. We are live. And I don't really plan on doing, I mean, it's all about what you're trying to accomplish at the end of the day. Really, what I want to accomplish is be able to talk to a whole bunch of people, have some guests on and rap live. What happens happens. So I don't really plan on doing a whole lot of post processing or whatever it's called, where you take the video that was recorded and you soup it up and you cut out the bad spots and you remove saying or a whole bunch of times from the video because you don't want people hearing you say that because you're a robot and people don't ever take a moment to think about what they're going to say. So yeah, I'm not planning on doing any of that. It is what it is. So yeah, give us a call if you'd like to chat or talk on the stream. 762-268-1605. And again, if you'd like to set up an appearance on the Houn Show, you can email me at dixie.shank@protonmail.com. That being said, I think it's time now to maybe get into some news. Now, I did cover some stuff yesterday, but I think maybe we'll get into some news. So yeah, I covered a couple of things yesterday on the live stream, but it didn't record and the audio was cut out, so I wasn't able to provide any commentary on the stuff that we were discussing. So I'm going to recover some of that again tonight, provided audio is working and everything's okay. There again, I don't know because I don't have a monitor. So let me type on my keyboard for everyone to hear. So, yeah, so we'll cover some of that stuff that I went over last night. A lot of weird stuff. I mean, hell, man, it's all weird stuff. Everything is so freaking weird right now. There's a lot of strange happenings. Uh, Looks like in a few days, or actually a few weeks, let me look at my calendar here. Yeah, so 2 weeks from today is, I think, the Bitcoin halving. So keep that in mind. We will discuss that next week and what that means. But that being said, it looks like now, if you've been keeping up at all with the lawfare against Trump, you know that there is a special prosecutor, or a district attorney, I should say, down in Atlanta, Georgia, that's trying to had tried or has charged Trump and a few other people as co-conspirators with RICO statute, um, among other things. And there was a hearing that happened not too long ago with her and her boyfriend who happened to also be married and going through a divorce, recently going through a divorce. I think it came out in trial that Fannie Willis and uh, was it Dwayne Wade are were an item back in 2019. So he's been having an affair on his wife for quite a while, and they were taking a lot of lavish trips and stuff. I think their offices. I think the story is that they received a lot of federal grant money after going to the White House a few times and visiting with the president, well, the resident, and they were given a lot of money to be able to prosecute violent crimes or work on prosecuting, or it was to help them focus on a certain element of crime in the city and to better handle it, right? And evidently, this money somehow ended up in cash, and she used it to expense trips, hired her boyfriend as a prosecutor on the Trump case. She hired him with this money and paid him a pretty large salary to do the job. And when I say large, I mean, typically when the city or whatever hires, if they were to hire some type of outside firm to come and work like as a special prosecutor or a dedicated prosecutor on a certain type of case, there's kind of averages. There's about, what type of money is being spent on that type of stuff. I mean, it is state money. In this case, it was federal money that was given to the state or the city. So she hires her boyfriend from that she's been, messing around with since 2019. So that's already suspect. And then two, they took a lot of trips, spent a lot of cash, went to Napa Valley, Acapulco. I mean, they went all over the place, had a great time. So evidently, like I said, he's going through a divorce right now, and his soon-to-be ex-wife, she basically filed. She's the defendant. He's divorcing her. He's the plaintiff. Nathan, not I don't know what I'm not sure what I said. Nathan Wade is his name. Nathan J. Wade, and he's the plaintiff in the divorce. She's the defendant, so that means he filed to divorce her. But the other day, she filed contempt against the plaintiff. I don't really know. I imagine it was. So this agreement was entered into on January 30th of 2024 with the court. Here's the first page of the citation of contempt. So she filed contempt against him, and this was not too long ago. I think this happened within the past week. So I'm thinking that was, I don't know, maybe it had something to do with that hearing with Fannie Willis, where they were talking about their affair and shit. Maybe some new information came out in that Jocelyn Wade here wasn't aware of, and she went to file contempt on him. So you know, hell hath no fury. I mean, dude was cheating on his wife with Fannie Willis since 2019. So this is, it just really kind of speaks to the mindset of people. Yeah, it's, people are entitled to their privacy, right? I mean, I'm not saying that Fannie and Nathan can't have a wonderful life together in a cabin somewhere, whatever. But what I am saying is that when there's a conflict of interest and it involves taxpayer dollars, and you're giving that to your boyfriend, and you're giving him a very lucrative job, paying him a large salary of taxpayer money, and taking trips, vacations even. They went to Washington. Well, they said they didn't go together, but they were in Washington, D.C. at the same time. Okay. Anyway. Sounds unlikely to me. Just the other day, too, Mr. Resident, Mr. Senile, Mr. Ice Cream Cone, Dementia, Red Pill Dispenser, Biden repeats the lie that no one in America will pay a single penny more in federal taxes. No one that makes below $400,000 a year. Of course, the inconvenient truth there is that he's already raised tax burden on Americans earning what is this as little as 20,000 a year, which is true. I make less than 400,000, and my taxes went up. A lot of things went up. Gas went up, bread went up, eggs went up, everything went up. Hell, my power bill went up a little bit. So did my phone bill. You know what didn't go up? My pay. So anyway, so let's look at we'll listen to old bumbling Biden right here, Beijing Biden, talking about some bullshit. Yeah, he's it's actually quite painful to watch him sometimes. I'm just like, golly, man, how long? How? So the people around him, the people that are around Biden, propping him up, that's got to be one of those situations where it's like, oh, you're like hot under the collar, you're watching him, sweating bullets. What's going to come out of his mouth? Please don't say it. Please don't say it. We told you to stop talking about corn pop. We told you.
No one in America will pay a single penny more and they make less than $400,000 a year. I wish I was able to do that. I was listening.
Hang on, let me stop this. Okay. I did not bring it up to stage. Here we go. Let's watch the bumbling fool. Everybody, have a good laugh.
No one in America will pay a single penny more in federal taxes if they make less than $400,000 a year. I wish I was able to do that. I was listed, and Bernie used to kid me about it, I was listed as the poorest man in Congress for 36 years. I didn't think I was poor. I got a good salary, but I was the poorest man in Congress. No one in America will pay a single penny.
Say it again, Joe. No one in America. I was the poorest man in Congress. So damn it, it's my time to be rich and in power. Damn it. Fuck that Obama guy. I should have been president. I'm sure that's what he thinks. Because he's that type of guy. Okay. I always find it entertaining when people try to spin it. Hey, he's a very compassionate man. He cares about people. He's the best thing since sliced bread. No, he's not. He's a fucking racist piece of shit that sold our country to China for a little bit of extra money and used his son or got him somehow wrapped up in this shit. Which, of course, you got to feel bad for Hunter, right? Because, I mean, at one point he was an innocent kid, and his dad happened to be Joe Biden, who corrupted him, drove him to a bad addiction. He's sending him overseas to swing all these deals to make money to pay Joe Biden. No wonder the guy acts like a fucking lunatic. And also in the news, so he's not going to raise taxes on anybody making less than $400,000, which we all know that's bullshit. But he's also, something else he's not going to do. He's also not going to refill the strategic petroleum reserves. He's not going to fill it. He's not going to refill it. And the reason why they're not going to refill it, okay, wait for it, is because it's too expensive. It's too expensive. It's too expensive to refill our strategic petroleum reserves. Maybe we shouldn't have drained it. I mean, they took all this oil out of there. And I think I even remember stories about some of this was being taken out and sold overseas. So like a lot of people originally were saying, they were taking this out to help ease in the price of the pump. Well, if that's the case, for one, it was an attempt to buy votes or to not blackmail, but to bribe people into voting for him because they thought he was lowering the price. And I heard that, or I had read, I believe that they had sold some of it to people overseas. So it can't be for helping people. It can't be for helping Americans if you're selling it overseas. What did that do? That didn't affect the price. But yeah, Biden admin cancels plan to refill the United States Strategic Emergency Oil Reserve amid high prices. So they just can't do it because it costs too much. I wonder why it costs so much, Joe. I wonder why it costs more now than when Trump was president and he topped it off. Why? I don't know. So what we're going to be doing, we're going to go ahead and drop the YouTube stream right now. Let me get my little thing up here. Yeah, so we'll give it a couple more minutes, but I need to I need to stick a little bit more to the time and watch what I get into, or I'm going to get banned on YouTube. Well, oh well. Rumble won't ban me, so if you see that channel not there anymore on YouTube, just go on over to Rumble. Right? They're the free speech mecca. If you want to have free speech, that's where you go. You go to Rumble. X is a close second. So we do stream on X too. But I have heard stories of people getting their shit banned on there too from stuff they've said. We just got too many damn thin-skinned people. You can't handle criticism, then you shouldn't be on the internet. Somebody lied to you. It's not all about your feelings all the time. But yeah. So the Biden admins, they're not going to refill the SPR, and it makes sense why they wouldn't refill it because they got no money. We don't have any money. We don't have any money as a country. We're fucking broke. We've spent it all on garbage. We're giving it away. We're giving it to illegal aliens in New York. We're giving them $1,000 debit cards. See, I've heard a lot of people talk about that over the past few weeks. Of course, it started a couple of months ago that it was a fake news story. It wasn't true. There was no deal. They're not going to give these people cards. Don't believe what you hear. And then turns out, boom, they do it. But a lot of people characterizing it over the past few weeks that I've seen, they're talking about it being a credit card. It's not a credit card. I think, if I remember correctly, when I was reading about it originally, it's a debit card. Which, the difference between a credit card and a debit card, right? What is the difference? A debit card is tied to funds. It's like a secured credit card, right? You have funds. There are funds in that account, right? So in this particular case, it would be, fiat. It'd be dollar bills in an account, 1,000 of them, with a debit card associated with it. Well, that $1,000 that's in there is taxpayer money. It's our tax dollars that are in their account as cash. I mean, had it been a credit card, then it would be up to the company that issued the credit card, and then they would have to deal with the defaults when nobody paid their bill, right? But they didn't do it that way. They went ahead and took the taxpayer money and stuck it in these accounts for these illegals in New York to give them cash. What is it and this is another thing too. So what is it we're always hearing about the homeless problem, veterans that have no place to stay, veterans that have no place to live? We don't have the money. We can't take care of all of them. We just don't have the resources. Well, they're sure as hell pulling out some damn resources now, aren't they? They're giving away $1,000 fucking debit cards and putting these people in hotel rooms, nice hotel rooms, swanky shit in New York. And you're trying to tell me you don't have the funds or resources to put every homeless veteran in a home. It makes me sick. It makes me fucking sick as hell. And Joe Biden can't fill the SBR because we don't have any money because you gave it all. You've given it all away, dude. You've given it all away. Zelensky comes up to you and you just give him, he just looks at you and you give him money. Look, man, there's no way in hell Zelensky could hold that much sway and that much influence. Obviously, there's a lot at play in the Ukraine situation. And a lot of what we're hearing come out of there is propaganda and not true. But what we do know that's come out is that there were biolabs in Ukraine, there were CIA command centers in Ukraine, there was a coup in Ukraine in 2014 during the Obama presidency. The 10 years following that, there's been nothing but bloodshed. The people getting killed by governments in Ukraine has been going on before Putin got involved. I'm talking about the targeting of, people that live in eastern Ukraine that were Russian speaking people. I mean, they were being attacked, vilified, just treated horribly. And they were citizens of Ukraine. So so there's a lot of stuff going on in Ukraine. There's a lot of shenanigans. But you got to believe Zelensky, you know. Well, I don't know. I was going to say that he must have some serious dirt on Biden, but it might be exactly the opposite. He may not have a choice but do what he's told to do, which is, you know, basically fleece the world, fleece the governments of the world for money, because you know these evil evildoers. Oh shit, lost track. Hey, we love you, YouTube. Follow us on Rumble. It's in the links in the description. Just come on over and follow us on Rumble. We love you.